My name is Sacrittes, and my stage name is Shinobi. From Virginia, I was born in Fairfax Hospital. My favorite prop definitely would be poi. I just like the dynamic feel of poi. I like the fact that they flow kind of like water. Just like the tether between both the handle and the head just like feels really buttery to me. Static props can feel that way for me, but not nearly as much as non-static props do. They just feel super ninja, to be honest. Like, it makes my body feel good. Flow state for me is definitely like everything around you kind of just disappears. You know, it's just nothing but you and your prop and the environment that you've created based off of the way that you're feeling about what's happening around you. You know what I mean? Like, all the people disappear. It's like they're still there, but they're not really there. You're in your own little dimension. It's like a wormhole. It's just a state of bliss, for real, is what a flow state is. Once you get in the groove, like those moments where you can just zone out and it's like you just served 40 tables. You know, you just put out like 2 hours worth of food and it feels like it happened in like 30 minutes. You don't even remember like what you just cooked. Yeah. Like, I don't drill stuff as traditionally as like some people might. With certain tricks, yeah, I'll definitely sit there and just like try the same thing over and over and over and over again until I get it. But for the most part, that just like frustrates me way too much, and at some point I forget about it anyways. If it doesn't frustrate me, I just end up getting into my flow state once I've spun for long enough, and then I forget about the trick I was trying to do anyway. So I usually just try to let my brain create whatever comes out of it. When I'm spinning poi, I just want to let my body do what it feels like it's like needs to do. I like to just do what comes naturally. I guess I'm not ready for commitment to tricks. Don't try this at home. The first time I ever spun poi was fire poi in a fire circle at Legend Valley, Ohio. I didn't know what the fuck was going on over there at the time. I had no idea what that was. I was like, well, there's like flammable stuff over here. Sick. That's all I knew, because it looked really cool. And so I was like, yo, can I try those? And he was like, have you ever spun before? And he was like looking at me pretty deeply, and I was like, yeah. You know? Totally lied. But I hadn't, so he put them in my hands and was like, let me see you spin them not on fire. And I spun them. I guess he liked what he saw, so he let me dip them. That was the first time I ever spun fire. Bought my first set of fire poi like 2 weeks later at Floyd Fest. I decided that I'd never stop after that. I bought that set of fire poi and I dipped them unsafely for like 2 years. There was one time I definitely fueled with gas. Had no idea what I was doing. Met other people who spun fire and started hanging out with them. Took my like personal Instagram profile and it pretty much just turned from posts of like other shit to only posts of me spinning poi. I found out about Flow on Fire through watching Austin Witherspoon, yeah, and I hit him up and I was like, yo, would it feel weird if I asked them for a sponsorship? Would that be like stepping on your toes? And he was like, nah. So I asked them for one. No one's ever supported my art in the way that they do. As someone who's really passionate about art, it's more than a hobby, you know? This is like every type of release that you could imagine. Thanks, Flow on Fire, for that. Everything from, you know, sending me the props that I need to giving me advice on like what to order for my specific style. I would definitely like to keep teaching my creature style animation workshop, the expression of emotion through movement workshop. It's pretty intense and unorthodox, and it's also like something that you may not be ready for, just in the sense that, like, you know, when certain stuff comes up from your past, you might be like, I ain't trying to think about that right now. But that workshop really is like for bringing out your inner demons and expressing them through your prop or your dance, or, you know, just like non-vocally just exploding, like whatever it is, anger, trauma, let it all come out and create a character that disposes of that energy. My style is definitely more dark and wiggly and slimy. I like to describe it that way. Shinobi is the style, but the style, he's also the character. And his character is just like this beastly creature who was sent to this planet with the full purpose of creating destruction, but he has like feelings of love and happiness and like joy, but doesn't really understand what those things are, so it confuses him, and he just like creates mass destruction because he gets too overwhelmed. Shout out to Brandon Britton, Corey Brown, Warren Oliver. Also, shout out to Jess. Those 4 people are like the people who inspired me to continue spinning the most. We started out with a group called Nocturnal Arts. They introduced me to like Fire Family and Fire festivals and took my life over in the best way. So thanks for helping me heal throughout my life.